The strength of the demon god Tuosun is truly terrifying. With just a casual strike, he effortlessly annihilates Blood Sea generals. However, Tuosun's calculations did not anticipate that he would ultimately fall at the hands of a Foundation establishment stage youngster. While Wang Lin dared not confront the demon god head-on, he managed to achieve a fortunate victory through his powerful divine sense, seizing the ancient god inheritance ahead of others. Tuosun and the ancient god Tush are one and the same. In Renegade Immortal, when an ancient god falls, their corpse transforms into a place filled with mysterious energy, harboring their lifelong cultivation methods and precious treasures. The mysterious area, located on the Vermilion Bird Star, was transformed by a being named Tush, an ancient god. In the eyes of cultivators, the power of ancient gods far surpasses ordinary beings. The strength of a one-star ancient god is equivalent to a human's Foundation establishment stage. The supremely powerful 8-star ancient god King clan can even rival those who have reached the heaven-trampling stage in the cultivation world. It wasn't until later in the story that Wang Lin broke through to the 4th step of heaven trampling. Tush aspired to reach the legendary 9-star level, attempting to master the extremely profound and rare clone technique within the ancient god clan. This technique allowed him to create countless powerful clones, forming an unbreakable net. Unfortunately, despite having numerous clones, Tush ultimately failed to break through to the 9-star level. In his pursuit of higher realms, Tush resorted to reverse cultivation, which unexpectedly gave rise to a strand of demonic thoughts, leading to the emergence of Tuosun. Tuosun's strength rivaled that of Tush's, and in their intense battle, Tuosun seized the memory inheritance. However, Tush split his divine sense into 2 parts. One part transformed into a seal that bound Tuosun, while the other part formed a consciousness that retained the complete will of the inheritance. To balance Tuosun, Tush meticulously set restrictions on the inheritance, ensuring that its true power could only be unleashed when combined with the memory inheritance. Tuosun manipulated cultivators with the allure of the ancient god's land and transferred the sealed power to them, gradually turning the place into a massive trap. As time passed, the number of cultivators under Tuosun's control continued to increase, with their cultivations not inferior to the nascent soul stage. When Wang Lin had no choice but to enter the ancient god's land, the tides of fate began to change. Tuosun's millennia-long scheme was thwarted by an unexpected inheritance of a fragment. Wang Lin understood Tuosun's formidable power. The seal would eventually be broken, and he needed to prepare to face Tuosun in the future. After rigorous training, Wang Lin finally forged an immortal king body, surpassing the ancient gods. With his enhanced power, he decided to return the memory inheritance to Tuosun. After integrating this inheritance, Tuosun finally broke through to the realm of a 9-star ancient god. At this moment, Tush's consciousness awakened and completely merged with Tuosun. Returning to a few minutes earlier, the demon god Tuosun led a large group of puppets to the entrance of the Dead Sea. Tuosun, a malevolent manifestation of the ancient god Tush, naturally knew where the memory inheritance was hidden. However, he did not expect that a 9-headed demon dragon was guarding the entrance. According to Tush's plan, this dragon was stationed there to prevent the demon god Tuosun from seizing the memory inheritance. To take down the demon dragon, Tuosun ordered all his generals to charge in recklessly. Although these individuals were powerful, they were no match for the 9-headed dragon. In the blink of an eye, many were killed. Sensing the impending danger, a general named Duomo activated the locking god formation as planned. 10 individuals combined their efforts to bind Tuosun in the center, but suddenly, the true form of the demon dragon appeared. It was Li Peng. In a nutshell, Li Peng harbored deep hatred toward Tuosun and naturally wouldn't allow him to easily obtain the inheritance. Wang Lin quickly realized something was amiss. Despite being restrained, Tuosun showed no signs of panic. It was evident that the demon god Tuosun had a trick up his sleeve. Utilizing his powerful divine sense, Wang Lin soon discovered the entrance to the inheritance. With lightning speed, he rushed into the formation. Duomo and the others were internally alarmed because Wang Lin deviated from the plan of eliminating Tuosun. Sensing the urgency, Duomo ordered everyone to join forces to eliminate Tuosun. However, Tuosun's strength was too terrifying. The locking god formation couldn't restrain him. After breaking the formation, Tuosun swiftly dealt with the Blood Sea generals. In the end, only Duomo remained, and the ruthless Tuosun naturally wouldn't spare him. thus Duomu was slain. Next up was Wang Lin, whose strength was no match for Tuasen. However, Wang Lin was not foolish. He distributed his divine sense into bat-like monsters. A swarm of creatures charged out. As long as one could enter the inheritance passage, he could obtain the inheritance. Tuasen disregarded Wang Lin, given his mere foundation establishment stage cultivation. After a pursuit, Wang Lin's divine sense was diminished by 90%. In a critical moment, Wang Lin performed the ancient god's sacrifice, offering multiple divine sense avatars, exerting his final effort to push through. Tuasen was unaware that Wang Lin had obtained the ancient god's secret technique. Unfortunately, by the time he realized it, Wang Lin had already entered the inheritance passage first. Upon entering the passage, Wang Lin finally acquired the true memory inheritance. Tush informed Wang Lin that the ancient god's refinement consisted of only two parts, the body and the divine sense. After reaching the limit, the body would shatter and reform, completing a transformation into an ancient god. Tush had experienced this process 8 times, which was why he was an 8-star ancient god. After condensing the soul core, what new extraordinary abilities did Wang Lin learn from soul swallowing? Could they rival Wang Lin's extreme divine sense? Initially, when Wang Lin became a soul swallower, he knew very little about his identity and abilities, unaware that his soul swallowing was incomplete until encountering Tuasen and learning about the missing soul core. With Duomu's assistance, what new abilities would Wang Lin gain upon condensing the soul core? How valuable was the auxiliary gift given to Wang Lin by Zhuamu? In the original work, there was another soul swallower in the ancient god's land. In order to lift Tush's seal, Tuasen prepared many contingencies, with puppeting cultivator's divine sense being only the initial plan. Later, Tuasen's progress was too slow, prompting him to directly cultivate soul swallowers within the desolation realm. The formation of a soul swallower is an incredibly difficult process. First, several of the strongest wandering souls among thousands must be selected. Then, after collecting a large number of these wandering souls to cultivate soul power, the chosen souls undergo continuous devouring. Over time, the wandering souls gradually grow stronger until fully developed, at which point they are released into a concentrated area. Here, the wandering souls give birth to new consciousness independently and begin seeking out other wandering souls to devour. Through a process of elimination and selection, only one soul swallower survives until the end. Even after its formation, a soul swallower continues to devour and seeks more wandering souls until its soul power reaches its peak. Among all the secret techniques in the cultivation world, there's an unwritten rule that only allows one soul swallower to exist. As the king of wandering souls, a soul swallower has absolute control over its subordinate wandering souls. To better rule the GPG, if another soul swallower appears, it will inevitably face attacks from other soul swallowers. In the original work, the soul swallower cultivated by Tuasen was several times stronger than Wang Lin's. Under Tuasen's guidance, this soul swallower became the leader of many demon god puppets and was revered as a master by thousands of demon cultivators. Even the 10 top generals under the ancient gods, including Duomu, now bow to him, as the soul swallower's status is extremely high. Relying on Tuasen's favor, it acts unrestrained in the desolation realm. The first time Wang Lin encountered another soul swallower, it sent chills down Su Ligua's spine. The overwhelming aura from the soul swallower's master seemed capable of devouring him at any moment. At this point, Su Ligua's level is not even half of the opponent's, and the soul swallower and its master, Tuasen, aim to weaken the ancient god's seals by utilizing their devouring power. However, this method, while effective, has a fatal flaw. Soul swallowers can only devour a portion before becoming saturated, requiring time to digest and producing more divine sense seals in the process, which actually strengthen the seal further. To sustain prolonged devouring, another soul swallower must take over, making Wang Lin the best choice. After the formation of the soul core, what new abilities does Wang Lin's soul swallower possess? In the cultivation world, aside from being able to command and control wandering souls, an important criterion for soul swallowers is whether they can independently refine wandering souls. Although Wang Lin previously cultivated a second demon head, he did not utilize the soul swallower's abilities at that time, using the divine sense of the hurricane little beast instead. A mature and complete soul swallower can mass-produce numerous wandering souls, but this new ability is limited to the desolation realm. Outside this realm, wandering souls cannot survive, rendering this ability quite useless. In comparison to Wang Lin's extreme divine sense, it is still inferior. After all, the greatest nemesis of wandering souls is Wang Lin's mirror-like divine sense. Su Ligua has never dared to rebel against Wang Lin because of the existence of the mirror-like divine sense. With just a thought, Wang Lin's divine sense can pierce through any treacherous behavior. The terror of the mirror-like divine sense lies in its ability to deplete spiritual power, while divine sense remains unaffected. Within the divine sense coverage, anyone of the same realm is insignificant. This is why undead beings can effortlessly dominate the Cultivation Devil Sea after leaving the ancient god's land. With the mirror-like divine sense, Wang Lin is a natural enemy to any cultivator of the same realm. However, the relationship between the mirror-like divine sense and one's own cultivation level is like that of fish and water. Although powerful when used, without sufficient cultivation backing, it remains ineffective against cultivators of higher realms. This is one reason why Wang Lin gave up practicing the mirror-like divine sense. The pinnacle of Wang Lin's mirror-like divine sense is the nascent soul stage, making him invincible among his peers, but hindering his progression. During the breakthrough of the mirror-like divine sense, Wang Lin almost lost all his techniques due to its dispersal, prompting him to start afresh. Later, he embarked on the path of ancient gods, eventually summoning his first avatar with the techniques from the Wall God Temple. After successfully merging his main body with the avatar at Yuntian Sec, Wang Lin unexpectedly discovered that the mirror-like divine sense had been hidden. What was once inseparable was now a tool that could be used at will. The only downside is the tremendous spiritual power consumption and the substantial backlash afterward, preventing Wang Lin from using it casually as before. When Wang Lin arrived in the Yunhai Star region as a second-step cultivator, he gained power from the Seven Colors realm, advancing to the middle stage of fragmentation nirvana. As a result, he experienced the heavenly tribulation, the terrifying limitless tribulation. Wang Lin's nature is to defy the heavens, leading him to attract the eternal life tribulation into his body. After enveloping each other, a force of extreme celestial origin was born within him, resulting in the rebirth of the long-lost mirror-like divine sense, more than 1,000 years since its last acquisition. In summary, both the mirror-like divine sense and the soul swallower are gifts bestowed by the Vine Transformation Source. Although the Vine Transformation Source is Wang Lin's enemy, it inadvertently bestowed many opportunities upon him, making it not unreasonable to consider it Wang Lin's benefactor. After acquiring all of the memories of the ancient god Tush, Wang Lin began practicing madly, and 200 years passed in the blink of an eye. After emerging from seclusion, Wang Lin finally could reform his physical body. Unfortunately, Tuasen will not let Wang Lin go, and in another 1,000 years, the inheritance will appear again. Tuasen will surely obtain the true inheritance next time.